Okay, here's something that may be of interest to some of you guys. Alright, so this is a rescued eastern box turtle, female. I got last year. I made, I think, a video or posted pictures of her or whatever, but her mandible, I had to reshape her face with a Dremel grinding bit as best as I could. And she needs some assistance with eating. Look at her toenails. They're much better than they were last year. I normally will cut them to be shorter, but they were very brittle and kind of deformed last year. But being outside and getting some proper nutrition has made a difference. She still has a hard time eating, so I have to hand feed her. See? And what I'm feeding her is it's a pre-made, high-quality dog food. And normally what happens with any turtles, the bottom mandible of their beak is sharp, and it fits right into the on the upper side, and it's kind of self-sharpening, self-honing, so to speak. She's hungry, as you can see, and I kind of have to. I do this every day with her, and I vary the diet between insects, earthworms, and this. And you can see there's carrots in this, which is really good because they need the vitamin A. You can see that her shell is deformed. They shouldn't look like this. But she's well on the road to recovery. I actually hibernated her last year. She did well. And we'll also give her earthworms. She can actually, if I can get the earthworm in her mouth, she can swallow it whole. So, but in order for me to maintain a proper weight on her, in order for me to make sure she eats properly, I have to hand feed her like this. It's a little time consuming. And what I do is I cut this stuff into a cube. But look, you could see she's hungry. But I will squeeze it into something that's narrow so I can push it kind of down her throat when she opens up. If you watch, see? Then I take the extra. And get it in there. And I will feed her as much as I can. And then what I also do is I dust this with a calcium powder and a vitamin powder. But I don't do it every time. And if I have some of them who have really jacked up mandibles that I have to reshape, I try to reshape them to fit the original way. But it doesn't always work that way because they'd be so overgrown, so messed up. I have to reshape it the best I can. And she will always let me know. Now I have her isolated in this little enclosure. Because I don't want her. I don't want her to mate, and I don't want her to produce eggs because she physically, I don't think she can do it. Eventually, there will come a time where she is completely restored. Her shell probably won't grow back normal right away. These animals are extremely long-lived. They're extremely slow growers. And if she's done, she's done. She usually lets me know when she's finished. So, And I have a couple of them like this that need to be fed like this. And then I graduate them to a different enclosure. Okay, you ready? I probably should get some earthworms for her. She loves those. And that's their natural diet anyway. Natural diet is insects, and they come across, in their native range, they come across raspberries and seasonal fruit. They also are, people don't realize it, they also eat carrion. So if they come across a dead animal, they will work on it. They come across any kind of dead animal, they will be out there tearing it up. Turtles in general will function as predators for smaller invertebrates. They will also function as scavengers. And people don't realize that. Box turtles are also vegetarians, so they eat a varied diet. And they love fruit, they love strawberries, they love raspberries, they love any kind of berries found in the environment. If you go up to Michigan, and where there's a lot of blueberries, you'll find eastern box turtles. Where I live, ornates used to be in this area. There were ornates, but one of the first animals that disappears when we build roads and we start agriculture are these. The terrestrial turtles, the box turtles like this. They're the first thing that disappears because the roads kill them. And farm fields destroy their habitat, so they don't have much left. And there's several different species of box turtles. In my area, there are supposed to be ornates, but they've been extirpated because of, human development. And I've always had a fascination for these creatures. They have personality. Every single one of them is different. Excuse me. Every one of them is different. Well, I think she's done. Are you done? Or do you want any more? You want one more bite? I don't know why I'm talking, because they're deaf. They don't have an outer ear. They have an inner ear. They can feel vibrations. But they can't hear like you or me or any other animal with an ear does. And I've had arguments with people that they actually think they can hear and they actually think they respond to their voices. They don't. They don't. Their vision is incredible. They have color vision. Binocular color vision. That's why they're brightly colored. Come on. Now she's done. So, yeah, but anyway, if you look, her lower mandible should fit directly inside the top, and it doesn't. And the top mandible should be sharp with like a little hook on it, and the bottom part should fit inside. And I've learned over the years that I have to reshape it as much as I can to make it close. Because you don't want their mouth to stay open, because then they dry. It dries out on them. So, but you can look at her jacked up toenails here. But she lives as a natural life as I can give her. And she should, her shell's all deformed and stuff. She shouldn't look like that. She shouldn't look like that. So, and then here's the food. This is going to the bigger colony itself. I have quite a few of them, and all of them are rescues, or they're all born here, one or the other. So, and I've been doing it for, oh my God, a lot of years, maybe 20 years, maybe more. I got some old box turtles. and let's say it this way. I know this is going to sound a little strange. Everybody has their dreams, their own idea of what they want out of life. And one of the things that I always kind of wanted was to have my own, I don't know, I wanted to have a sanctuary of things, of living things that I enjoy. Things that remind me of a greater purpose, remind me of the Creator who has made all things. And living things to me are a reminder of who made me and where I came from. So the diversity and the beauty of life is a reminder of the God who made me. That's important to me. So every day when I look at all these creatures, I have a visual reminder of who I am and where I am. And I also have a philosophy of giving back. When you take from nature, and human beings take a lot, we should give something back. Now, next time you go driving around in your car and look around at the houses around you and look and see how many people actually give anything back. The manicured lawns filled with chemicals to keep it nice and green, which really doesn't provide habitat or home for anything. You know, even I don't have trees around my house. I actually cut every single tree down because I didn't want the habitat that trees bring. I also didn't want them going through the roof of my house next time we have a storm. So when I manage my property, I manage it for birds that like what I will call what's called edge habitat. Birds that would live on the edges of woodlands, on the edges. So that's why I have flickers and tree swallows and purple martins and bluebirds. That's what I manage the property for. So, and then we have, you know, these guys. But anyway, I'll cut this short. I hope this was of interest to somebody. Till next time.